Hi everyone, I'm Greg Road and welcome to my channel. I upload my animations here on YouTube and recently I'm starting to make commentary videos, so this is one of those. Today I'm going to be analyzing and kinda ranking every outfit, transformation and civilian that we've seen so far from the new WINX Reboot that's coming out in September this year. So if you're in the WINX fandom, you know that we've gotten many different outfits from the production of the reboot over the years, as we've been getting sneak peeks of what the show could look like since 2021 I believe, which is actually crazy long. At first, the reboot was supposed to be season 9 of WINX, but they ended up scrapping that idea and opted to make a full reboot of the show. Nonetheless, we got some outfits they did for the last season to discuss.
I ain't tryna.
First of all, I wanted to talk about the Season 9 Magic WINX outfits. We only got to see full illustrations for Bloom, Stella and Flora as the marketing trio, but we got a small blurry image of what Aisha's transformation could have looked like in another promo image. I don't have much to say about it as we can barely see it, but I find it kinda interesting that it looks a little bit similar to her final reboot transformation, so even back then they already knew that they wanted to give her that turquoise color and the braids. Now, as for the other girls we got with this look, I actually think the only reason we got to see them is because they were used for some Kinder toys or something like that, if I remember correctly. I think they look quite cute, but I get why they scrapped this because these designs are not very imaginative. Like, it's just a slightly updated version of Magic WINX. For me, the one that sticks out the most is Flora's dress because it looks especially cute. I love the way the fabric flows, it feels really light. It reminds me of her Enchantix dress a little bit. I also love how the upper part of her dress wraps around her. Like, the whole dress is actually all the same piece of fabric, but it's just wrapped in different ways around her, and I think it looks very cute. I also really like the hair braids. It's a cute way of maintaining her signature hairstyle while giving it a twist. It looks very princessy. And I also really like Stella's hair. The little braids are really cute. They seem to be a theme for this transformation. As for her outfit, it's cute but maybe a little boring, the same as with Bloom's. Also, it's kinda funny that they swapped outfits for this transformation. It kinda looks like Stella is wearing a recolor of Bloom's Magic WINX and vice versa. I guess a good thing about these outfits is that they are really cohesive, like you can clearly tell that they're from the same transformation. They all use the same type of fabric, have some type of glove, and wear cute little crowns. Also, the wings look kinda similar in that they all have simple designs, but I don't really love them. I especially think Flora's look a bit ugly. They also have a waistband purse, which I think is something that could have looked very cute, but I don't know. They look much more plain and boring than the Charmix bags. Like, these barely have a design at all. Apart from the transformation outfits, we also got a sneak peek of some casual outfits for this last season, and these are quite different from the ones we ended up getting on the reboot. And hey, maybe they look a bit too girly as a whole, but I think they're low-key better than what we ended up getting. Like, oh my god, I especially love Bloom's one. Her hair looks really cute and the shade of blue that they use for her outfit is so pretty. Also, I think the shirt underneath the dress thing is cute and fun. Her whole outfit kinda gives me cowgirl for some reason and I'm not really sure why. I think it maybe has to do with the cut of her dress, I don't know. It also kinda reminds me of her Enchantix because of the blue dress and the side-swept bangs. It's just like a girlier, cute version of Bloom. She looks very innocent with this type of hairstyle. But also, maybe that's the only negative thing I could say about it, that maybe this is a bit too girly for her. Like, if all the girls are in cute dresses, the character diversity is kinda lost, you know? The same thing happens with Aisha's outfit. It feels way too girly for her, even more than with Bloom. Like, yeah, she wore a skirt in her season 2 civilian outfit, but it was a completely different vibe. This is a swirly skirt, and that princessy top doesn't really suit her at all also. I have to say though that I really like the hair that they gave her. I love seeing a big curlier mane on her, and we definitely need to get more of that. As for the other girls, Stella looks fine, but a bit plain maybe, and I really don't like the short bangs that they gave her. They don't really suit her. Like, I think they can be cute on some people, but I just don't think that's her vibe. Flora has two braids, but maintains her bangs, so I think they look kinda cute, even though they're a bit too tight for my liking. Still, her outfit looks pretty good, I think. Like, her skirt has a kind of interesting cut that feels very boho chic of her, and I also really like the sandals. As for Musa and Tecna, they're the only ones not to wear skirts, but I feel like you can still feel the girly aesthetic push on things like Musa having her long hair and those little braids on Tecna. Overall, I would still say they look quite good and cute. I really like Tecna's shirt with the little heart cutout. It's so cute while maintaining a certain boyish quality to it in the shirt's shape. Actually, now that I'm seeing it, I'm realizing how Tecna's outfit feels so 2020s, while the other girls have such a 2010s flair to them, but a cute 2010s one, while at that, you know? Like, Musa's outfit is giving such a 2010s Marceline the Vampire Queen, high-waisted jeans, Converse vibe. I really love it. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the Lost Season 9 outfits. I guess they will be left in the production dimension forever. So now let's get into the outfits for the actual show that's coming out. I'll start by talking about the civilian outfits. We got two versions of this, and I have many thoughts about them. In general, I would say the ones we ended up getting are cuter, but there's a clear exception that I'll touch on later. I'll go from least liked to most liked, more or less. So, starting with Aisha's outfit, the definitive one is kinda boring and plain, like it's lacking in texture, but it's okay, I guess. It definitely looks like a different version of her season 2 outfits, but the prototype one, what the hell? Like, who thought of this? That ugly color blocking. And also, I'm just not a fan of the cropped long-sleeved hoodie in combination with the skirt. I really don't know about this one. It's just so baffling to me. I'm glad they changed it. About her hair, I guess it's the same between the two versions, but the prototype one feels a little bit prettier. Like, the final one that we got looks more boring in the 3D model and the artworks. I just wish they did a little bit more with the braids hairstyle, like maybe having them tie up in a different way and keeping her pseudo braid bangs. I don't know. Next, Flora's outfit. So this one doesn't really change that much between the prototype and the final version. They're both ugly and way too millennial looking. But I have to say that I think the prototype one looks a bit better. Like, maybe looks too crowded, but I think that maximalist aesthetic works better with this type of outfit. Also, the ugly green jacket being short-sleeved works better as we get to see the actual sleeve of the dress, which I think it looks quite pretty, nice and witchy, like Stevie Nicks-like. The one we ended up getting, I just hate that jacket. Like, it looks so much like what a 40-year-old mom would wear. The only thing I could maybe like is the position of the belt, but honestly, I don't really think it works with the silhouette that's been created by the jacket. The character designer at Rainbow needs to be stopped. And about her hair, I mean, it's her original hair, so it's nice, I guess, but there's just something that feels a bit off for me. And here I go again with the nitpicking, but I miss her loose hair on the top of her hair, like plumes, you know? And I wish her bangs kinda fell down from the root instead of having that kind of force that makes them grow and change angle. I don't know if you really get what I mean. I think they kinda misunderstood the droopy vibe of her original hair, which really works with her look and her calm nature. Next, I'm gonna talk about Stella's ones. And oh my god, I'm so glad they changed the prototype outfit, cause what the hell, that looked horrible and so out of character. Like, she looks like one of the Bratz evil twins with that hair and those pink overalls. It just feels so off. I can't even recognize this character as Stella. It's so many things that feel wrong about it. Like, they got rid of her tan and her Mediterranean Italian fashion beachy girl vibe. Pink really doesn't look good on her, it's just not her palette. Also, I don't know why they made her features so round. Like, her head looks so squished, and that's just not how I imagine Stella at all. For me, she's more of a pointed, tall, kind of angular features girl. And about her hair, I was so disappointed when I saw her side bangs instead of her regular bangs. It looks so bad. That middle part is so not her, and those ugly pink sunglasses, oh my god, don't get me started on those. I'm glad they ended up changing the outfit, even though they kept a lot of things that I hate, like the hair and the face features that I told you. And the one that they ended up changing it for is also not good. Why is her whole palette so pastel? She looks like a ghost, honestly. People have said a lot of bad stuff about this outfit, but I have to say that I think the main problem is the colors rather than the outfit itself, which I think could be cute with a few tweaks. At first they had it in this really pale old yellow color, which I don't get why, because it looks so plain, and then they changed it to that lilac in combination with the yellow dress, and this is the one that I think could look cute if maybe they amped up the saturation a little bit. And well, after posting the teaser with this Stella outfit, Rainbow got so much backlash because of how bad people thought it looked that they changed it again back to her original season 1 outfit, which, I mean, it looks better, I guess, but I also have some problems with it. First of all, I think it's really boring that they just give her the same original outfit but worse, because there's just some minor details that make me dislike it, like the way the skirt is layered like that, and also it looks so heavy, and that ugly fabric that they put under the top to have the outfit be more PG, I guess. Honestly, if you're gonna do that, don't even bother bringing back this iconic outfit. Like, they didn't get the essence of it at all. They just ran with the most basic notions of it without really thinking about why it works and what makes this outfit look so great and be so memorable. I saw a post online of a girl who fixed the reboot outfits, and she especially did a great job on Stella's one. Like, it looks so good and so her. It fixes every problem that I said I had about her looks in the reboot. I wish we had gotten something like this. About Bloom's outfit, I think she got the biggest upgrade. Like, the new outfit looks really cute. I especially love the pants. Like, they're not even that high-waisted, I think. They truly feel really authentic to her original outfit. They have some cute drawings and patterns. The only problem is the upper part of the outfit. The denim vest looks really cute, and I love that they emphasized denim on Bloom, but that ugly sheen looking mesh top with the pink fabric underneath that she's wearing, God, it really looks odd with this outfit. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. This mix of textures, it kinda cheapens the outfit. I don't think those fabrics get along well with the cowgirl-esque denim. It's texture nightmare. But still, I'm glad that they changed the prototype outfit because it was so horrible. I feel like it doesn't even have a silhouette at all. There's way too much going on, and there's just too much ugly 2010s happening. Like, that vest is so big, it makes it look like she has a giant torso. This silhouette problem is also made worse by her skirt, which is not flowy at all and too skin tight. And the big necklaces look, honestly, so odd and out of place. And it was way too pink also. Like, I'm fine with pink as one of Bloom's accent colors, but definitely not as her main one. Tecna's reboot look is definitely an interesting case. At the beginning, we all thought she was gonna be a cyborg because of the seemingly robot joints in her articulations, but they seem to have scrapped that idea, and honestly, I'm glad. Tecna's whole point is that she's a girl who struggles with being in touch with her emotions and socializing with others. Not that she's an emotionless robot, you know, that has never been her, even if they had made some jokes about it in the 4Kids tab, I think. So the two outfits she got are really different. Like, I think the final one we got is better since the prototype one is kinda plain and not fun. Like, her shirt looks really boring and not really Tecna. The fabric doesn't really suit her, though I have to say that I think the sleeve fusing into the cyborg arm looks really cool. Then we have the skirt and those ugly Cosmo and Wanda thighs. Like, I think this looks similar to Aisha's outfit, so I have the same problem with it. The final outfit we ended up getting is really elegant, even so much that it doesn't really fit with the other girls, but I really like it. It almost looks like a Magic WINX outfit. I like the iridescent material on Tecna, and I think they really nailed her elegance, which is something that I think was lost as the show progressed. The cut of the top on the lower part is kinda interesting. It gives an industrial technological vibe, like it's a part that's supposed to fit with other parts. I also think the chemise color and the skirt being just a piece of fabric that goes around her body and is stitched look really good and elegant, really refined and really Tecna. And about her hairstyle, I like the cut. It's not your usual bob, and I think it's a good way to update her old hairstyle. Also, I'm glad they got rid of the purple highlights. It was a bit too much, and it kinda clashed with the pink in my opinion. Okay, and now for the last one of the casual outfits, I'm going to talk about Musa's. And this one is such a bittersweet one because when I tell you I loved her prototype design, like, I don't know who did this one, but it looks so good. I think I even like it more than some of her original season's outfit. It's that good to me. And not just her outfit, her general design looks so pretty and good. Like, the lower bands are such a good translation of the pigtails to 3D animation, and her monolith deep brown eyes look so beautiful. It's such a good change. So I was so mad when I saw they changed the only truly great design they had for this. Like, her hair makes her look like a sick chicken here. Why is it so sparse and why is it so light? Like, it doesn't feel like Musa because the shade of blue is so different. And that combined with the fact that for some reason they got rid of her monolith brown eyes makes it look like she's not even Asian anymore. She honestly looks like a white girl cosplaying Musa. The WINX franchise has had issues with whitewashing before, and I guess the issue continues. I don't know what made them change her eyes. Maybe it was something to do with the animation on the lashes or the character expressiveness, but they honestly should have thought about it better because this kinda feels insulting to the fans, and especially the Asian fans. And about her new outfit, I mean, it's not terrible. It's a nice update on her original season 1 outfit, but knowing what we could have had, it feels so boring. And also, it looks kinda washed off. And I don't think we've seen it, but I'm kinda scared about the bottom of the pants. I hope they're loose and not skin tight. And yeah, as I said, her prototype outfit looks so much better in comparison. The top's shape is so unique. There are many layers going on, and I think her little jacket's color looks so interesting. My favorite part of the whole thing is the loose white fabric that comes out of her top. It looks so pretty, so light, so cool. I also love the mesh gloves. I think they make so much sense for her. Like, this is a good use of that texture, not like what we saw with the mesh in Bloom's outfit. It feels really Musa. Like, she would have definitely worn this in the original. The colors fit so great, and that dark red choker that she has looks so good and makes such a good contrast. It really works with the darker colors on her hair and eyes that we were gonna get initially. I love deep red on Musa. So yeah, it's a shame that they got rid of this outfit. And now, before delving into the transformation outfits, I wanted to briefly touch on these ugly mountain outfits that we saw a glimpse of in the teaser. These are honestly hideous. I guess they're versions of the original swamp field trip ones, and honestly, the original were cute but not all that. Like, every girl had the exact same outfit and the hair didn't really change at all, so it's not that iconic of an outfit that they had to replicate it in the reboot, in my opinion. And about these new ones, they all look really hideous to me, and I had a jump scare when I finally saw Stella's ponytail. Initially, I thought they were two cute little pigtails, but we recently saw more footage of these scenes, and it seems like it's just one really ugly unitail. We really are haunted by her unitails. I also have an issue with Bloom's hair. It looks like clay, honestly. It reminds me of the CGI in the seasons 5 and 6. I don't know what happened with her hair texture here because Her casual outfit here looks so nice, so I don't get why they fumbled this one. And about the outfits themselves, where's the fashion? In the original ones, even if they were all kinda the same, there was this fashion explorer thing kinda going on. This one in contrast have nothing going on for them. Everything honestly looks like Decathlon clothing. Like, it's so not cunty, and it should be if it's WINX. And now it's time to talk about the transformation outfits. I saw some people online refer to the transformation as Rebootix, for a lack of, not a better term, but like a name in general, because we have none. So I'll go with that because I think it's quite a funny name. Since there are two versions of this transformation, but they're mostly really similar, I will rank them in the same spot. Okay, so this won't come off as a surprise to anyone who has watched my WINX Reboot transformation sequence ranking, but Bloom is at the last place. For this reboot, I was expecting some at least decent and cute transformation outfits, like the ones that we got on the Season 9 artworks, but it was when I saw Bloom's outfit that I was silenced. Completely silenced. Honestly, I don't even know how this could have gone through so many layers and layers of people at Rainbow and no one thought it looked bad. Like, if they had any minimal sense of good taste, they should have stopped this from going through. Like, it's so hideous. I don't even know where to start. The asymmetric top with the ugly warrior sleeves. Why? They're too big. Like, it throws the whole outfit off balance and it makes it look like she has a giant shoulder. Also, why does that skirt have that cut? It looks like it's always falling wrong or like there's something wrong with the model or the physics engine, but it's just that it's ugly. Also, I'm not a fan of the silicone material that they use. It looks like cheap rubber, like it would be squishy, you know? It feels like that. As for the boots, I mean, they don't look horrible, but they don't really work because of the outfit. So I guess I would have to say that they're not good because I feel like a shoe's niceness is completely dependent on the rest of the outfit. Like, it's meant to complement it. Here, I feel like there's just too much a boot in comparison with how little clothing she's wearing. Like, it's trying to give an Ariana moment, but it looks so weird, especially because of the shoulder pad, which, as I said, throws away the whole shape of the outfit, the whole silhouette. And finally, I'll talk about the hair, which is the worst part of it all in my opinion. It's so incredibly hideous. Like, if it was good, it could have maybe not made, but kinda saved the transformation, but it breaks it. First of all, why the ponytail? I've never liked them on Bloom, and this one is especially ugly with how high it is. The braids that come out of it could look cute, but the fact that they're coming from cornrows, it's so insulting considering that they used straight hair for Aisha's hairdo in this same transformation. Like, who coordinated that?
Breathe it out, breathe it out. Come on, you've got this, my strong girl.
Shopping problem, got expensive taste. Bust down, paddock with the expensive face. Gotta give me ice if you trying to skate. Gotta swipe the Air Max if we go on a date. We go on a date.
And the worst part of this hairstyle is the bangs. Why didn't they use her signature bangs? They had it so easy. Bloom has such a beautiful and iconic hairstyle with lots of personality, especially in season 1 where it's more wolf cutty and messy. And I mean, they used this hair for her casual outfit, so I don't get why they just couldn't keep it for the transformation with some tweaks to the overall hairstyle. Like, the bangs that they used here, they're so weird, they completely cover her eyebrows. And the thing is that I think maybe these bangs could have looked good with loose hair, but with the ponytail they look so weird, like there's no hair on the sides, which is Bloom's hairstyle's main feature. I wish they had used these bangs on Stella instead of the broom bangs that they gave us. As for the prototype version of her outfit, we can't really see a lot of differences, but I have two things to say. First of all, her top is a dress, and I think that would have kind of worked better and made a better silhouette, but also I think that would have been less Bloom. I also like how she has a low waist small skirt here, and how she has two bracelets instead of the rubbery weird thing that we got on her arm in the final outfit. And also she has 2 shoulder pads, which would have looked better than just one. And well, while looking at it, I realized that it looks almost identical to Stella's prototype outfit, so I don't know why it was so similar, but I guess that they also changed it so much because of that. One thing I'm glad about is that they removed the 3/4 length pants. And don't get me wrong, because I love this kind of cut for pants and I actually wear it all the time. A bit looser maybe, not so skin tight, but I just think with Bloom's outfit here, it looks kinda bad, especially with those ugly boots. And finally, I'll just say that her wings have way too much going on. It's not even that they're especially ugly, they're kinda like her Mythic's wings, but I think they just would have worked better with other transformation instead of this one. And next, at number 5, we have Tecna's outfit, and the thing about this one is just kinda plain and boring and not really fairy-like. There's a lack of texture and glitter going on here, and again, like with Bloom's, why does it look so rubbery? I think they were going for some Berlin rave type of outfit, especially considering the glowing straps and accessories, but I don't think it really works because, as I said, it's just too plain. It really sticks out considering that the other girls' outfits are much more textured and ornamented. Like, if you saw Flora's outfit next to Tecna's, they don't really look cohesive at all. Also, Tecna has an elegance factor to her that's not really showing here. Like, more than just a techno rave girl, I think she's a futuristic office siren girl. Like, one time I was talking with my friend Gabrielle and she told me that she's a canty office siren type of girl. And she was honestly so right for that. And I don't think a lot of people get that about Tecna. But apart from that, I also don't really like the colors that they use here. It's a little bit too blue of a purple for my taste, and the highlight color being blue also kinda looks weird. I think they should have gone for the green. And as for the prototype outfit, I like some parts of it, but the skirt kinda feels a little out of place for her. Like, maybe I would have made it just like on the sides, like what Aisha got in the transformation, or like Aelita in Kolyoko, who's a character that I think has outfits that would really suit Tecna. That being said, I really like the upper part of the outfit. Both her top and her gloves especially look really cool, I think. I like it a bit more than the final one we got. And about her wings, honestly, they're just kinda boring. Considering how imaginative Tecna's wings were on the original Magic Wings, it's kind of a letdown that they just used the most basic wing shape and added an electronic pattern to it. And finally, about her hair, I think it looks nice and cool. I like that they didn't force her to be feminine, like she gives a little bit of an edge to the group, and the choice to have some of the hair shaved off is a really cool part of it that makes it more interesting, honestly. I like how it lets you create a story about how it's the shaven part of it, because it's the place where her chip is implanted when she transforms, and it makes you wonder about what that chip does to her. It's really cool and interesting. Okay, and for number 4, we have Flora's outfit. Flora's Rebootix is just way too much. It really stands out amongst the other girls because there's just way too much going on and the flowers feel way too realistic. I feel like they wanted some of the Isabella Encanto's nachos, but it ended up looking really tacky and like a toy. Like, I'm glad they at least removed some of the flowers from the prototype, because in that version she was literally drowning in them. But still, her dress has way too many layers. They tried to update her original Magic Wings dress, and from all the girls, she has the transformation that most closely resembles the season 1 outfits, so that just shows that the original one is just a perfect design, and this one looks like a Walmart version of it. The petal layer skirt feels too stiff, and the mixing of textures doesn't help. Like, it feels very heavy instead of, light, mischievous, witchy, delicate like the original dress. I feel like I'm looking at a hard plastic sheet rather than a petal or fabric when I see it. Also, I don't think the 3D helps this outfit at all. Like, all of the 2D illustrations for Flora with this outfit that I've seen look much better, even the official ones. As for the boots, they look straight out of a millennial's closet. Like, that ugly 2010s shape, I'm so not a fan. Also, I cannot understand why they chose a different shade of pink for them. It makes the outfit feel off and like it needs to be fixed. And about the hair, I hate the braid. I really do. I hate the fact that it's covered in flowers and I hate that it's so tight. Like, it could be cute if it was maybe a little bit looser, you know? Something like these types of braid, more or less. Even like these ones she has worn. And then about her wings, I don't know, but I don't really like them. They're fine but boring, very just non-offensive. And the color is way too purple, so it feels like they don't really belong with the rest of her transformation. For number 3 we have Stella's outfit, and for this one I've really changed opinions around a lot. I initially thought it was really ugly, like I especially didn't get her top straps, but it has really grown on me. Mainly because I really like her hairstyle, minus the razor sharp bangs that they gave her here. Like, seriously, why did they do that? She has never had that type of bangs, and it obviously looks bad. How could this have gone through anyone, honestly?
别动了啊！ 起摸儿摸儿，起来，好嘞。
But as for her outfit, I like her top shape better now. Like, I'm starting to get it, but I still can't get over the texture cause it makes it look really messy and you can't really tell what's going on. Then her skirt is cute, but I just wish they would have been able to make it a little bit shorter. And as for her boots, I really like them, though it's kinda weird that it's the only part of her outfit that has pink in it other than her wings. It looks nice, but they should have sprinkled a little bit of pink all over her outfit for it to really work. And oh my god, her wings, who thought of that? I get the concept and I think it could have been well executed, but it was not. They look like pieces of glittery plastic, and why is the opacity so high on them? Like, they need to be more transparent and glow for them to really look like wings. This is an issue with all of the girls' wings, but it's especially bad with Stella's. I think they achieved this effect that I'm talking about really well in the first movie CGI, where the wings look like they really are made of magic and light, you know? I also have to mention that the glowing eyes thing also looks especially bad on Stella. Like, I don't really like it in any of the wings, but for her it makes her look especially creepy because of the yellow shade, I guess. As for her prototype, it's completely different. I think it's cute, but I'm glad they changed it because it looks a little bit too much like the Cosmics outfit, and also I think Stella wouldn't be so covered up in this transformation. It kinda feels off character. But one thing I love about it is the princess neckline. I just love that shape. Also, I like that they use the pink accent color on this one a little bit more than on the final one, as I said. And now we have Aisha at number 2. And I think what sums up her outfit the best is that it's really cute, but also a bit too plain, especially in terms of color. She doesn't have color accents at all, and I feel like that's a bit weird because all of the other girls do. I think maybe she has the tiniest bit of a yellowish orange in her top and her wings, but it's definitely not enough. It looks like it's all just blue. Nonetheless, I love some things about this outfit. For starters, I think all of the translucent fabric, like the one on her arm or the straps of her top, look so beautiful and pretty. It's so mystical, delicate and mermaid-like. Also, the glittery part of her top looks so good, and I love the arrow-like shape that it creates. It's just such a pretty shade of turquoise, which is one of my favorite colors, so I may be biased in putting her transformation so high. But apart from that, I also think just the general shape of the outfit looks nice, and her skirt thing looks so good. It's giving mermaid fins. I love this design element. Then the boots are fine, but I'm not really sure if they really go along with the rest of the look, in which the textures are much more lighter. And now I have some issues with her hair because why is it so badly modeled and textured at the roots? Like, the general shape looks fine and in the promo images it looks pretty, so it's just a problem with the 3D model, which was kinda lazily made, I believe. Like, why is her hair so flat? It looks off. Then we have Bloom with cornrows. What a mess. mess, honestly. And about her prototype, I'm glad they changed it because the new version is much cuter. Like, the old outfit was giving a 60-year-old really scented woman, you know? It especially reminds me of something Sima in And Just Like That would wear. And as for the hair, it's definitely interesting, but maybe a little bit too much for this first transformation. And finally, about her wings, they're too similar to Bloom's, and honestly they have no personality. Like, is it supposed to look like water or something? Is there something I'm missing? I don't know, but I don't think they work, and it really is a shame because they could have done a lot with the water theme for the wings. And finally, I'm going to be talking about Musa's transformation outfits for number 1. So, design-wise, I really love her outfit in the illustrations, but I think there's some problems with her 3D model. On top of what I said earlier about her hair shade and eye shape, the outfit also kinda looks weird in 3D. Like, it's very different, much more rubbery than what we get in the artworks. And the shape of the dress doesn't flow as well. It feels more like goo? I don't know, but just look at the difference. She looks so pretty in this artwork and so wonky in the show. The dark hair and eye elevate the look so much and complement so well the rest of her outfit. So it's a shame that they change it because the new one kinda makes it look more like a plastic toy. Whatever. And now, talking about her outfit as its own thing, I would say I really like the design. The cutout is so Musa. I also love the bends in her arm. They kinda look like ripples, you know, like sound waves to me, and I think that's so cool. I also really like the mesh thing that she had in her prototype. I think it gave her such a nice edgy look. In general, the prototype one seems to have the tiniest bit of a goth touch. It reminds me a little bit of her 3D Sirenix. We can't really see what's going on with the top in the prototype, but I think it would have looked very pretty. The final outfit we got is a more elastic or rubbery version of this prototype, which seems to have more natural materials, but I don't really mind it. And hey, I know I've been complaining for the whole video about the rubbery textures, but I think they do make sense with Musa. Maybe not with the other girls, but with Musa I think they do. And about the hair, the prototype and the final version are very similar. There's such perfect hairstyles for 3D Musa. But I think I like the final one better, even though the prototype one is more interesting. And finally, about her wings, they're so perfect. These are genuinely such a creative design. The fact that they're based on piano keys, but they're also kinda shaped like an angel's wing, it's honestly so good. I also love that it's not too on the nose. Like, you can notice they're based on a piano, but it also may fly through you. The yellow musical notes at the end also give them a bit of a bag wing kind of vibe, which is nice because it makes them feel like fairy wings, even if they got that angel shape going on. Or well, at least for me, it resembles an angel wing shape. I don't really know if that's what they were going for, but hey, it really works. It looks so good. And also the colors are very cute and very lively. They're overall the best wings, especially considering all of the other ones are bad, just incredibly bad. So overall, I would say Musa got the best deal out of all the WINX girls with the reboot designs, both in her civilian outfit and her transformation outfit. Though again, I just wish we had gotten that perfect prototype outfit for her, but whatever. I think this just may be due to her features that she's more likely to look cute in 3D than the other girls, but I don't know. And so we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment saying what you think and what you think about all of these outfits, because I really want to know your opinions. I don't know if this video will be up before or after my Magic WINX OC's transformation. Whatever it is, I plan on making more videos like this one. I have some ideas of fun videos. So yeah, if you want more videos like this, please stick around and subscribe. And yeah, I hope we can see each other in the next video. Bye.